All right, I'm back. I gave it enough time, and throughout these listening sessions I've had with the album, it just keeps growing on me more and more and more. I cannot lie to you. The songs that I thought I wasn't gonna mess with that much, I'm messing with more. The songs that I thought was gonna, be only a first time listening thing, and then I wasn't gonna like it after. I'm liking those even more. It's been great. It's been great. So I'm happy to say I still stand by what I said on my first reaction, that I do love this album. It has been my favorite album of the year so far. I'm sorry. It just has. It's between this and Showbiz by Mike, which is so crazy. Two opposite spectrums of rap, but what can I say? What can I say? That's the kind of guy I am. So let's get into it, all right? First thing I want to talk about is the features. This was a very, very like safe feature list, if I'm being honest. Future, your longtime collaborator, Uzi, that we've been wanting to hear from. Kendrick Lamar, who's like the biggest rapper right now after what he did to Drake. Very safe feature list, but and the weekend, of course, which is always going to be a safe feature to have the weekend. But they all did what they had to do, you know. Travis Scott too, who's on everything, but it just worked out well. So I cannot lie to you. There were no risks with the features, but it still delivered something that I could take with me and not feel like I got shortchanged. Except for Travis, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't need that much Travis for him to be doing what he was doing. I think he could have did more. And I'm a huge Travis Scott fan. You look at some of my videos, you can see the vinyl in the background. 30 Days Before Rodeo. I love Travis Scott. I just feel like he could have done more in it. But as of Carti himself, let me talk about Carti, what he did vocally. This is some of his most dynamic performances we've seen in a while. Some of his most energetic, but also melodic, and it did feel very intentional. There's times where rappers just they go in the booth, they mumble it off, and then they're good. And Cardi does seem like that type of artist to do that, but for some reason on this project, it just really feels like very precise. Like every vocal thing he did felt like he did it on purpose. And it may not be the case, but sonically, that's the kind of energy you get from it. Like it's such a confident delivery. Even if it's not the most mind blowing thing, it kind of appeals to like a primal instinct in me. I don't know why. That's just me personally. So I think Cardi's vocals was probably the thing that stood out the most to me, aside from the beats. The beats is when it comes to Cardi, his beats are always going to be like the main driving force. The beats and the way he rides the beats, those are always going to be the two driving forces of why you go to a Cardi song. So the beats were definitely the most attention grabbing thing. But Cardi himself, his presence, him being the music, I cannot lie. It he lived up to that theme of him being the music when it comes to that part of it. A good amount of these songs felt incomplete. I mentioned something like that in my album review. Yeah, I stand by that. I do think some of it is very, very beautifully sketched. You know what I'm saying? For example, this one got it amazing. I love the beat. I love the song. Feels very incomplete, man. I feel like there was more to be done on there. It was very hard hitting, very attention grabbing, and I'm still bumping it. It's got a lot of replay value, but it feels incomplete. Crush, another one. A lot of replay value because of the high energy, the gospel chorus sounding people in the background. Uh, it feels so anthemic, like it's about to be like a real thing, but it doesn't end up getting to where it's supposed to get you. You know. So yeah, there's some changes that could have been made to those songs to make them feel a bit more fleshed out. I feel like maybe some more riders on there, maybe just some more features to add to it, like maybe actually getting your opium people that you locked in a cage and performed on top of and shit like that. Maybe let them get a verse now, maybe. Especially after the run that King Carson was just on. You're not putting him on the album. To me, that's crazy. Carson has been going insane with a Great Chaos. Now there were changes that didn't need to be made that were made. Like to me, Hood by Air was already perfect. You didn't have to change anything in there. I can't be too mad at it because the essence of the song is still there. I just feel like it could have been left alone. You didn't need to take out that one part. You didn't need to add that drum thing. It could have been perfectly the way it is on YouTube. But I'm not tripping over that. Evil Jordan, you didn't really need to do that popular intro thing, but I still like it. But when I hear other people like have a problem with it, I can understand why. You don't really want that build up. You want the immediate like action. But I do think it's still like it sounds nice to me sonically. So I'm not even mad at it really. And K-pop, I love K-pop. I'm glad he left it alone. That shit is so hard. It's in my top five of the album for sure. Was there any other ones? Yeah, not putting 2024 on here is like a huge disservice to me. And I know it's on the digital version on the website or whatever. I'm not going to that shit. You know I'm not going to that shit. I want that shit right here on the album, accessible. Excuse me. Yeah, but that's like a huge disservice, man. That was like that's damn near the hit single off of this project before the other shit you put out. Like, if you were to put this shit out in 2024, that's the hit single right there. So I don't know, man. I just wish that shit was on there. And different day or you are the moon. I didn't really ever like that song in the first place, so I'm cool up that. Let me talk about my favorite tracks. My favorite tracks, Pop Out, I thought I was gonna hate when I first heard it. It sounded like I was getting more Whole Lotta Red. And I like Whole Lotta Red, but I don't like it that much to where I want a whole 30 track list of more of that. So I was a little scared at first. But now that I know the whole album isn't like that, I can play it and have so much fun to it. So I like Pop Out for that. Crush, I have fun with, but again, incomplete. K-pop, one of my favorites. Evil Jordan, tough. Mojo Jojo was cool. Philly, middle of the road for me. I like the use of the YB sample. I just got bored with it. I don't know why. Radar is one of my immediate favorites off Rip. Rather Loud is another immediate favorite off Rip. Fine Shit, I love the production of it. I love his voice on it. It's just an all in all really good song. Backdoor same with the beat and the production, and apparently Janae Aiko's on here. I didn't hear Janae Aiko, did y'all? Maybe I'm tripping, but that's what it says here now. Toxic was another immediate favorite. Munyon I didn't like. You hear it again? Oh yeah, yeah. I wanted to like Munyon. To like the thing you talked about with the Forbes shit, but it just felt incomplete. Munyon would probably be one of my favorites if it was more happening on it. Crank I didn't like. Yeah, I didn't like Crank. That wasn't for me. Charge the most for a fee was one of my favorites at first. Good credit, one of my favorites at first. I see baby boy. It's like I'm close to liking it a lot. I like that. I like the ending melody of it, but I don't know. Something about it just I can't put it in one of my favorites. Wake up filthy. I can't put it one of my favorites. Jumping, one of my favorites. I love Uzi's delivery on there. Love his energy. I love hearing him sound so like focused on it, but still having fun at the same time. Trim, same thing. I have to say for Future, he sounds very focused on there. He's going in. He's got very like very braggadocious bars, and the beat doesn't sound monotonous when he's riding it. Because that can happen a lot of times with Future's voice, where the beat that he's rapping on sounds a little boring after a while, and you kind of want him to switch it up. But on this one, didn't happen at all. Uh, Cocaine Nose didn't like that one. Need All the Vibes didn't really like that one. And I don't blame anyone on the track particularly. I just think it might just be a Ty Dolla Sign kind of song, and that's probably my biggest problem with it. Olympian, I like the beat I remember, but not one of my favorites. And I know a lot of people are gonna like Olympian, so sorry about that, but not one of my favorites. It might grow on me though. OPM Baby, I love OPM Baby. I feel like that's been like a really like dividing song because a lot of it is underground inspired and a lot of it is a little against the normal grain of rap in general, but I fuck with it. And to everybody that's got a problem with Swamp Izzo, I'm gonna need you to like come here, sit down. Carti is 30 years old. I'm gonna say it one more time. Playboi Carti is a 30-year-old man. When he was a kid growing up listening to music, you do know rap was in the form of mixtapes a lot, especially in Atlanta. And DJs were a part of that process and a part of the thing you do with those is that they're yelling their tags, they're adding energy to it, they're hyping up the rapper. Like that's a part of rap culture. That's just our genre, you know. And if you aren't down with that, this might not be the place for you. I'm not gonna lie, like that's a part of it, man. Carti's 30, man. I'm only 21, and I know about that shit. Come on, that's the essence of hip hop right there. You gotta get hyped to it. I know sometimes he could drag it a little bit. I get it. But damn, bro, like really think about it. Like that's the probably the best thing about this album is that it showcased Cardi's love of the genre and his understanding of the culture prior to his existence in the culture as an artist, if you know what I mean. Because this is a very mixtape as kind of project. It's got a variety of different types of tracks. It's got a whole bunch of screamer from the DJ, and the energy on it, it's giving more of a vintage Atlanta kind of trap album. Like it's got Gucci Mane sounding beats, it's got early Future sounding beats, it's got even some Zaytoven s kind of piano keys on things like on was it Overly? It's like it's just got that essence. He's even sampling some old Atlanta shit with the Rich Kiss thing on like Weezy. So it's like you gotta give respect to somebody paying homage to their culture. Fucking the West Coast has been doing that all of 2024. Kendrick, fucking Tyler the Creator, they were just shoving it down niggas' throats that they're from the West Coast and they was letting you know. So let my boy Cardi do the same thing on like the grandest, biggest level. This is the biggest we've seen a rapper in a long time. Besides, Kendrick and shit. But you know what I'm saying? From a trap artist like this, like I can't give nothing but respect to that. So that's probably my favorite thing about the album is just him paying homage to the art form that's put him at the spot that he's at right now, showing his level of understanding and love for the game prior to him being one of the front runners in the game. Twin Trim, I liked it a lot. It's not one of my favorites though. Like Wheezy, I like Wheezy. Not one of my favorites. This one got it is one of my favorites simply because of that beat and that hook. But it is incomplete. I gotta say it's incomplete. Walk, I don't remember liking that one. Let me, yeah, yeah. Walk was just it was too boring to me. It felt unfinished. I think the beat could have been more interesting, so that's one of my least favorites. Hood by Air, one of my favorites, of course. I liked Overloo. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but as I kept playing it, I was like, yeah, I fuck with that. And then South Atlanta Baby is one of my favorites. It's in my top five. So my top five off this album, I'm gonna say South Atlanta Baby, um, South Atlanta Baby. I'm gonna say K-pop. I'm gonna say, ooh, this is getting hard. I'm gonna say Good Credit. Ooh, I'm gonna say Opium Baby. Ah, fuck. Do I want? Nah, I gotta do a top 10. I can't do a top five. I'm saying Trim. I'm saying Jumpin'. I'm saying Hub by Air, even though I like the regular version more. I'm saying Fine Shit. I'm saying Backdoor. And I'm saying no. Oh fuck. Ooh, I'm gonna say my last two gotta be Rather Lie and Radar. With Toxic as the honorable mention. Fuck, I don't know. There's too many good songs, man. There's too many good songs, but that just goes to show how great the project was, right? So that was some good. That was a good shit, right? My least favorites, I can give you those easily. Walk, Cocaine Nose, Munyon, Crank. Those are my least favorites. So that's a really good ratio. So yeah, that's basically how I feel about the album, man. One of the best drops of this year. It might go down as Cardi's best project. People might be saying that. I'm not gonna say that this early, of course, but I personally like it more than a whole lot of red. I can't think of that many songs off the top of my head that I like really thoroughly enjoyed a whole lot of red as much as I enjoyed here. So that is why I'm saying this is already better than a whole lot of red to me. His prior two projects before that though, I don't know. As for Carti himself, as position in like in regards to his position in the rap game, he's at one of the highest places you could be right now. So I enjoyed the project a lot. This is one of those ones, man. So yeah. So if you guys had anything to say about it, feel free to give a yap session in the comments. I want my channel to be a safe space for yappers like me. If you just be chatting sometimes when it comes to music or anything like that, get on the comments, go crazy. I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna read them. I like my fellow yappers. What did you guys think of the project? How do you feel about Cardi's position in the game? How do you feel about the way he paid homage to Southern mixtape culture and the vintage style of creating a project? How did y'all feel about it? And how do y'all like his performances so far? He performed at Rolling Loud and shit. I didn't really watch all of it. I saw some of it. Just talk in the comments, man. Just yap it up. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. And this has been my full take on I am music. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed one. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Like, comment, and please subscribe. Go ahead, press the button. I'm gonna hook you up with more videos, man. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Thanks again. Peace.